Hi, welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to be trying to get through some of my scrap paper, and this is my work scrap paper bin because I have a makers club here at my school, and I keep a lot of supplies and cardstock and glue and all that fun stuff here as well. And there is a collab going on hosted by, I believe it's Bourbon Creek Crafts, and that just inspired me to kind of play along and try to smash some of my stash as well. So I'm going to do this one here at work during my lunch break, and I'm going to be working on trying to get rid of some of this variety of paper. And this is mostly cardstock, pattern paper, I should say, not colored cardstock. It's mostly pattern paper, and I'm going to try to get through some of it, and let's see what I make. Okay, I just went through and kind of resorted some things that had been a bit messy, but what I have is I've sorted most of this, and then I keep it in this box by either collection. So this is all part of an older travel collection. Might have been a Recollections paper pad or something sold at Michael's that I bought off Marketplace. This one, I call it travel, but it could also be kind of vintage. This one is the florals. This one is metallics or shiny papers. These are nature and food. I put those together. Vintage, I only have a little bit left. This is the one I tend to play with the most, and I think I'm going to probably focus on that just to use it up. These are polka dots, which I put little hearts as also polka dots because they're a repeating pattern. And then stripes and plaid. And I also have this bright orange piece at the back that doesn't fit in this clear pocket. These are just the clear paper covers. I don't know what these are called, where it's just like a clear one you put in a binder. So I had lots of those, and I just thought that's where I would store these pieces. And then I also grabbed, I have cardstock organized in a similar way. So white, these are the neutrals, some brown, ivory, gray, and some black to use with this. And I might go grab some other colors as well, but I am going to only use scraps for this, not including the card bases. So let's see what I get up to. Okay, so the first thing I did was I went through some of my scrap cardstock and cut down some card bases. And then I also cut down some card bases from some of the pattern paper that was kind of plainer and I thought would be okay as a base layer. So, and these were all scrap pieces. Some of them I will be putting a piece of white paper inside to write on. And some of them are a bit odd size. Like these are standard A2 size, and these ones are a bit different, slightly smaller, slightly different shapes. These ones are square. These ones are 4 by 4. This one I think is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Or it might be 4 by 4 too. So some of them are slightly different sizes, but I thought it would be okay and I could just work with that. And they still fit in an A2 envelope. So I'll put those aside. So those are going to be my card bases, and that took up quite a bit of my scraps. And then I went and I cut down anything that was big enough. I made it as like a base or background. So some of them are 4 1/4 by, 4 by 5 1/4. It gives a little bit of a border around, like this one. And some of them, this one's a bit longer, but I think I'm going to actually maybe tear the edge. We'll see how I use that one. These ones were square. They were 5 by 5, and I cut them down to fit the square cards. And then those ones were all a little bit smaller. So these were I think they were 3 3/4. These are 3 3/4 by 5. So, because that's the size they were, and I tried to make them even all around. And then I just went through and kind of picked out, these were the bigger scraps. These ones were the kind of strips, so longer strips of paper that I found. And then these I thought I could cut apart. So I thought I could use these as some decorative elements. And then I also have some other ephemera that I thought would go nicely with this. I have some, these are just circles cut out from a previous project that I might use. And then these are all these ephemera pieces. I got, I think, most of these from Hobby Lobby. I bought a pack and they're really pretty and they're all kind of that travel vintage feel. So I thought I would try to use these to go with my scraps. And so that's where I'm at right now. And then I'm just going to kind of play around with the card bases and try to find a few basic styles or layouts that would work with all of these pieces. Okay, so this is what I came up with. I played around with the scraps and the card bases, and then I just kind of loosely put these together. So I'm going to now glue everything down and show you what else I came up with. Okay, and these are what I made with my scraps. I have this teeny pile left of things that I'm going to throw out. Anything this small I don't keep. And then I have, this was my vintage. I have a couple pieces that I really like, so I'm going to hang on to, and a couple of the travel, so that's really empty. I also used up some of my bigger scraps from these kind of neutral papers, and I have, these were the cards, so here are some of the cards that I made, and even the card bases were all used from either patterned paper, patterned cardstock, or scraps. So these were all in my scrap piles. And then I made some little square cards. These are 4x4. And yeah, I think these might go to maybe my seniors donation. I thought this might be a good one for them. I'm not sure yet who I'm going to give these to. So that's these would be so great, some of these elements for travel, but I haven't used them and I've had them for a bit, so I just thought might as well use them. And then this is what I have left. I don't have too many pieces left. Kept a couple. Yeah, I thought I did really well with my scrap bustin'. And I also made, so I made these out of some envelopes that I had. I made these little envelope journals, and then I just started like tearing up some papers and making some kind of journal glue, junk journal kind of page, something just really quick. I just glued down. I wanted these to all be connected, so I had a big piece of pattern paper and I ripped that into pieces and I put it across all three, and then these are all kind of from the same paper collections. So yeah, that was what I did with all of my scraps for this month, and I hope you enjoyed my share and that it inspires you to think of how to use your papers. Okay, take care. Bye now.